Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, we've got our next video from our Businesses Offering Sustainable Solutions series. My name is Carrie Schwengel. I am the Engagement Director at the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. So today, I've got Heather and Chris here from the Wisconsin Rapids City Times to tell us a little bit about how things have been going, some of the projects that they've been working on during this COVID-19 pandemic, and kind of what things are looking like going into the future. So Heather, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you've been working on?
Well, it's been a little bit of a difficult time with the City Times as far as getting advertisement because we are so used to doing the face-to-face conversation, and with the COVID-19, it's been very difficult for us to get out and meet with our clients. So most of it's done via email, telephone calls, whatnot. But we've decided to embrace our community and do some fun things for the community and activities. Like we recently had our Easter egg, our Easter coloring contest for children 12 and under. We had 3 wonderful winners. We had probably over 1,000 entries. So it was a very difficult decision to make, that is for sure. Thank goodness I did not have to make that decision. I hired somebody to do it.
Great.
But it was a lot of fun, and the kids were so creative. And they had such a great time, and they all left little notes saying, thank you for making this a fun time in our lives. And, you know, a lot of the parents did it as part of their arts and, you know, art curriculum during their homeschooling day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was really, really cool. So that was a lot of fun for our children to get involved in something like that. And then most recently, due to the fact that our 2020 graduates of, you know, the senior class are not able to have the pomp and circumstance that they well deserve, we are putting together a special graduation section coming up, and I believe it's our June 17th paper, with all of the kids from all of our area high schools, to have them showcased in our paper to announce how wonderful they are, and that no matter what happens in their life, they can go above and beyond and not let this deter them from meeting. So we're working on that currently to get some sponsorships and things like that. And I know that now that there's no restrictions, it's going to be a little bit easier to get people to be more involved in that. People were very tight at the beginning because they didn't want to spend the money that they didn't see coming in. So now I think it'll loosen up a little bit, and the community really does get involved behind the paper. Now that it's direct mail, everybody gets a copy of it throughout our entire community, Port Necoos, Rudolph, Vesper, Wisconsin Rapids. So it's being well deserved in their mailboxes every single Wednesday, Saturday, you know. And so we'll always look forward to those special sections. We did a Mother's Day special section honoring the mothers last week. So that was a lot of fun, and people do get involved and help sponsor those as much as possible.
Good. Chris, how about you?
Well, editorially, we've learned how to do things a little different and collecting our information because we can't go out and interview and have people come to the office. So we changed our way of doing things and found some better ways of doing things too. The first couple of weeks of the Safer at Home directives, we had a lot of press releases coming in. Things were being canceled, a lot of negativity, so to speak. And as that settled down, I was kind of concerned about what we would have for editorial content because we couldn't make the connections with people. We couldn't be out in the community. There were no events happening, but that's when all the positive things started happening. So it's been real fun these last few weeks, and Heather's been a big part of helping collect that content too. We've had a lot of positive stories, and they kept coming in. And it was such a great thing to see and be a part of. So it was kind of uplifting, and it was just happy to be a part of all that. So we also tried to keep the restaurants in the news as much as possible, you know, with the help of the chamber, using information that you guys collected. We were able to keep the restaurants in there, what they were doing, as more and more people changed to delivery options.
Sure.
So we tried to do that as much as possible. And now with everything progressing, it looks like now we're going to want to see those stories on how the COVID outbreak has changed business for people, because I know it's changed the way that I collect information and will do stories moving forward. So I'm wondering how that changed other businesses. So it'd be nice to see some of those stories come out of this.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're hoping with this video, with this series, is to kind of help people determine how to reopen and what we've been doing to stay innovative. It sounds like you guys have been very creative and very open with the things that you are able to do. I know that the community has come together so much more, I feel like, during this time, and I feel like that's the best thing to come out of all of this, is how everybody has partnered. And I know even the food pantry movement, Heather, that you were a part of, that went really, really well. And I just love to see those positive stories come through and shine. They're feel good things, and I like to read about those in the buyer's guide when I get it. I get it as well, in Clover. So yeah, I think it's great what you guys are doing, and how active you've stayed. And what does it look like, I guess, now that things are reopening, and how is that going to change in the near future for you guys?
Well, I know
I
personally
think it's going
that
to,
I'm still gonna, go ahead,
go
Chris.
ahead.
Okay.
No,
Personally, I know that I'm just gonna kind of pick and choose the businesses that I'm gonna do face-to-face at this time, just still keep the safe distance. Like the businesses that aren't gonna be overrun, with clients and things like that. And I still wanna make sure that everybody is still well protected. I will try to work mostly from home as much as possible for like the next week or so until it all calms down, and then I'll get back out there face-to-face.
yeah, one thing that our company wants us to keep in mind too is that there's still a virus out there. Even though everything's open back up, we still have to maintain the standards that they set for us. So things will probably remain pretty much the same for a while until things get rolling. And when things get rolling again, then it's really going to be a tough job for us. And
Right.
I want to encourage businesses and events and organizations that get the press releases to us, because we're not going to be able to get to everything.
Right.
And if it comes to us, it's a lot easier. We can cover more. So we want to encourage people to use the option of getting a press release out there, because we're not going to be able to get to everything.
Good. All right. Anything else you'd like to share for us, Heather?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I just have one thing. I just have one thing to share. I work in several different communities with the publications in 4 different communities. And I feel like Wisconsin Rapids has really been hit with some tough times this past year. And it's been amazing to see the community work together. It's really been uplifting. And you do see that other places, but with the things that have been handled, the weather, other things that the area has dealt with, it's been amazing to see, and the community should be proud.
I agree.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on with me today and talking a little bit about all of your projects. It's been really, really fun to follow and really, really great to watch. I know I'm personally looking forward to seeing more positive stories pop up in the near future. And yeah. So
Thank you, Carrie. Thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Carrie.
We'll talk to you both soon. Stay safe.
Okay. All right. Thank you.